Hey, what's up guys? The undefined variable here. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make your own big out slash bucket Minecraft plugin. So you can get right into it. Starting off with the basics. We're going to be coding with Eclipse, which is an IDE program. Links will be in the description for the things you really need to download. So you're going to go to eclipse.org. Right here, press download. You have to select it. It usually shows, it shows the versions. Usually it detects the version you're already on. Make sure you obviously get 64-bit if you're 64, or 32/86 if, that's your computer. After downloading Eclipse, you're going to open it up. And before we do anything in Eclipse, you're going to need to go, I'll put this link in the description, you need to download the Java JDK. From here, download this one, that one. That begins with JDK 8. You click download, accept license agreement, just accept it, and you choose for your version. Alright, and after that, here is what Eclipse looks like. And I forgot to mention, you're going to need to download bucket/spigot server jar, which will also be in the description. Save that anywhere. So it's good when you first load up Eclipse. It's going to ask you to save for a workspace. That's where all the files for your projects are going to be. So put it somewhere you know where to access. If it doesn't, you could always go to File, Switch Workspace, Other, and then it'll ask you. Okay. So we're going to start by creating our first project. So up here you want to go to File, New, Java Project. You're going to name your project. I'm going to name it YouTube Tutorial EP1. Just so if we need to access them later, we can. It should, if it's not using the JRE we downloaded before, right click, and you want to go to Properties at the bottom. Java compiler, and you can untick that, and you could select the one. We're going to be using a 1.8 because that's what we downloaded. So first, you're going to click on the source and right click it. File, Package. So packages are they're the folders where your actual classes are going to go, and your classes are what your actual code is. They're usually formatted like this: me dot whatever your username or name is dot, and then usually the plugin. So I'm going to do YT tutorial EP1. Actually, I'm just going to do me.tutorial. Save that. So next, what we're going to do is new, and then you want to go to class. So I'm just going to name this class main. You'll see why later. You just click on the name, make sure that's ticked as public, and press finish. And here is your first class. Don't worry if your window's a little bigger or something like that. We all have our preferences. Now, before we get into any of the coding, you want to right-click. You want to go to here, your folder where your project. Right-click it. See this build path tab? So you want to go so it shows this little list. Press configure build path. Next, you want to go to libraries. The libraries tab up here, and press add external jars. So here we are in the YouTube server folder. And we are going to scroll down to the spigot.jar that I'm going to be using. This is 1.8 Java. You could do this for 1.9. And I'm going to be honest, I haven't tested for 1.7 plugins, but it should be fairly similar. Press apply, and then press OK. So let's get started. You have your thing here. This is your package. This is where the file is stored. It's stored in the folders me, Darth31 tutorial, and the class is called main. So this is our first tutorial. We're going to do a simple plugin, one file. So your main file, it doesn't have to be called main, but it always has to extend a Java plugin. Extends means that you can use methods from it, and the computer recognizes it as that type of class. So you want to do extends, and make sure it shows up in purple. Capital J, Java, capital P, plugin, one word. And then here's a little tip. If you're on a Mac, Command-Shift-O, and I think Control-Shift-O if you're on Windows, that imports it. So this is accessing it from the spygot/bucket jar and saying this is a Java plugin. Now, to access methods from the Java plugin class, we need to do something called an override. So you do @override, public, meaning that other classes can use it, void, meaning that it doesn't have to return anything, on enable, just like that, lowercase o, capital E, on enable. We're going to make a similar one with an @override called public void on disable. So this is when the plugin loads, and make sure you open curly brackets and close curly brackets. So what we're going to do now is actually code. What the onEnable does is when the plugin first starts up. So what we're going to do is we're going to do get logger dot info quotes. So this is going to say the name of our plugin and whatever message we put. So I'm going to do YouTube tutorial EP1 enabled. And over here, I'm just going to copy and paste this message. I'm going to change that to disabled. Now, what is this plugin, going to do right now? We're going to start off with a very simple, I said one class tutorial. I'm going to make it two because we're going to be focusing on a command. Very simple command. So you want to click on your package again. And instead of right-clicking it, pressing new, and then class, you could just press the little C with the plus up there. Name it. I'm going to name it command. Command. Okay. So our command is going to implement. Can't spell. Implements, and then you want to do command executor. And then import that from bucket. Now, your name of your class is going to be underlined in red. That's because when it implements something, it needs specific things. So you could hover over it and just press add unimplemented methods. It puts in an override just like we had in the main. I'm going to go through this. So, public boolean means it returns something. A boolean can return true or false. I'm going to have that return true. So, command sender arg. So that is the thing, I say thing, not person, that sends a command. It could be a console or it could be a player. So I'm going to name that sender. Next, org.bucket.command. So this is the command itself that the person/console runs. So I'm going to name that cmd. We're not going to focus on this. This is an alias for the command. And we're going to name this args. We're not going to be focusing with that either. That's for arguments. That's for later. So we're actually not going to be doing permissions right now, even though it's really simple. We're just going to do a different message depending on if the sender is a console or if the sender is a player. So let's get started. If sender instance of player, and then open. So if the sender is a player, we're going to want to return true. And we're going to want to do sender.send message, quote. I'm going to teach you how to do colors right now. So you want to do chat color, just like that, dot translate alternate color codes. You can do TR and then double click that. So what this is going to do is close it. You put a single apostrophe and then the and sign in there. For those of you familiar with plugins like Essentials and stuff like that where you use the and color codes, this is exactly what that does. So now we can do and B and L, a player sent the command. And then we could do an else after, so the if statement opens the curly bracket. After the end of the curly bracket, you do else, open it up. We're going to have it return true again, and we're going to do sender. Okay, we're going to do sender.send message. We're going to do it in red, dark red, and the console sent the command. So you might say, okay, but what is the name of the command? I want to be able to change the name of the command. You go into your main and make sure it's in the curly brackets for the on enable. What you want to do is you want to do get command. Make sure you have your parentheses, and in the parentheses put the name of the command. So I'm going to do message dot set executor. Then you want to type new, whatever you named your class. So I named my class command, and then put parentheses. So that's telling it the command message runs from that class. And, oh, I realized tutorial. I just realized I made that spelling mistake. Tutorial. The more you know. So to finish up this first episode, we're obviously going to need a plugin.yml. If you've worked with plugins before and you see, oh, this plugin is named that, the author is that, the version is blank. That's what we need. You need a plugin.yml to run this. So you want to right click it, new, file, leave that. It already selects the folder. You want to name it plugin.yml. It opened it in Text Wrangler for me, so right now I'm in Text Wrangler, which is a text editing document for Mac. I don't know if it's for Windows. I think it is. So you want to do the following. Name, colon, the name of your plugin. I'm going to do tutorial EP1. Next, you want to do main, colon, and we're going to do up here, you see the package me.darthteddy1.tutorial, me.darthteddy1, and you need, caps and everything, just like it is tutorial dot, and then the name of your main class, which is main, and I put a capital M there because that's the name of our class, capital M. Next version, I'm just going to do 1.0. Next, commands, colon, put a few spaces, I put like 4 spaces. So we're going to do message. You need to do the name of your command that you did there. You see my command name, message. Colon. Oh, I already put a colon. Next line, a few more spaces. And you need to do description, colon, main command for EP1 I'll do. And that's all you need. So save that. And now we're going to go over actually using your plugin, the fun part, seeing your work pay off. So right click YouTube tutorial, scroll down to export. So you want to go to Java, jar file, not runnable jar file, but jar file. Press next. You don't need to do the class path and the project. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I am back. Let's close that. My Eclipse was acting a little slow, so I decided to restart it. We have commands. Me.darthteddy1. Let's just name that tutorial EP1. I don't know if you can have numbers in there. Me.darthteddy1.tutorial.main. Make sure that's right. Extends Java plugin. Alright. So, now I'm going to export as Java jar file. Next. We're going to do all the things. Plugin YML things. So let's do that. Jar file, browse. And we're going to save it as EP1. And just press finish. Oh, so what's going to happen is sometimes it'll say resource out of sync. all that means is you need to refresh your plugin because it's not on, it didn't update. You can just right click and press refresh, if I can find it. Or do what I do is on a Mac you press FN F5, and on Windows you just press F5. You'll see like a little thing pop up instead of your mouse for a second, and all that means was it refreshed. So we are gonna actually do the class path and the plugin YML, browse EP1, save, finish. And see, confirm, replace, yeah. Okay. Okay, so here it is, EP1, plugins. Let me delete that, that's an old version. Alright guys, so, I'm an Alex. Oh, the server's on offline mode. Doesn't matter. So that just means that my skins won't load right now. So, if we reload, /pl, there we go. Our plugin is loaded, tutorial EP1. Next, /message, a player sent the command. Now, let's head over to the console. Alright, so I'm in the console. Sorry if the green is hurting your eyes a little, but that's the way my console looks. So, let's do /message from the console. And as you see, in red it said the console sent the command. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed this episode and want to see more in-depth tutorials in the future, please leave a like, subscribe, and put comments below what you want to see for the next episode. I'm pretty much game for anything. Anyway guys, I'll see you next time.